Hello there, and welcome to Dr. T for today, March the 5th. It is Riflemen weekend, but I decided, you know what, it really is hard to beat the Grenks when it comes to Dr. T. Well, at least this one, anyways, so, Stage 1, I kind of had to screw around, because I was like, oh, people are going to be like, oh no, the boom cannon, we got to take out the boom cannon. And I wanted to be able to show you the boom cannon is completely safe. So I smoked my tanks so they wouldn't finish off the base, and all the critters would be gone. And then I shocked them so that, they'd wait and be visible to the boom cannon. As you can see, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Move on to stage 2. Going to the right. Also, with the last level, as always, take the course of the critters if you're hurting for gunboat energy, and, what not. So, stage 2, same deal. We can outrange the boom cannon. Just sit on the bottom corner there, and you're going to get a nice, easy win. Moving on. Stage 3, yeah, that's right. You just gotta hammer them through nice and fast. Also, partially because they're kind of fast-forwarded a lot. They were very long, slow attacks this time through. Just because of going around. Like, as you can see, I unleashed the critter beast. And if you've got critters, definitely throw them up there because there's nothing to stop them. They're going to get you, like, a bonus amount of energy. But where you really want to end up is where my tanks are headed to right there. As you can see, bam, right in between the statues. It's nice and safe. Nothing shooting at you. You can sit there all day while the remainder of your 4 minutes finishing off the base, and you're gonna get some loots. And as always, doing this attack fully unboosted. Now, stage 4 is kind of interesting because there's a boom cannon there, and I got the stats in there. It's got 6,000 hit points and stuff. I think it does like 350 350 damage per second or something like that. And I know what you're probably thinking, but look at the level of that cannon. You're right, you're 100% correct. That cannon actually does more damage per second than the boom cannon that we took out, and it also has like triple the hit points. However, if you'll notice here, it can't reach our tanks. It's useless. It just sits there. You can go fully around it, even though it does more damage and has more hit points than a boom cannon. It doesn't matter. Anyways, so stage 4, like, you're gonna be hugging it. You're probably gonna be getting whacked by a couple rocket launchers, so I would suggest bringing along some medics, just to make things extra safe. And then we'll move on to stage 5, which was really tricky. For some reason, I was like, you know what? Right-hand side is gonna be so much better. I want to go right-hand side. Right-hand side seems to be the way to do it. Turns out I was wrong. I ended up having to pull out from the right-hand side with all of my tanks pretty much in the red, or well, it's not really red yet, like the yellowish green that because it goes from green to yellowish green to red. Anyways, they were either red or yellowish green. Like, they were getting beaten up hard, and I was like, holy smokes. I guess it's something to do with all the sniper towers, and there's a couple cannons up there and stuff, and possibly the placement. And then I dropped everything down here on the left-hand side, and even though there's a lot more that you have to dig through, you get so much more energy. It's just like the first maybe 30 seconds to a minute of the attack is machine guns and flamethrowers and maybe mortars. Like, you can build up a lot of momentum at the beginning of the attack, and that carries you right through for the rest of it. Especially if you're going Grenks, if you're actually landing your Grens at this level. I feel like they would blow up the really tight buildings over by the HQ really quickly, really easily. I think it'd be a thing. Maybe not a thing, but hopefully a thing. Anyways, Stage 5 goes down just like that, and we are able to move on to Stage 6, which as far as stage 6s go, I feel like this stage 6 was significantly harder than most stage 6s that, you know, we run into. Normally I can blast through a stage 6 and have like 50 million gunboat energy, and I'm just like not even trying, you know, I land all my troops, then I go get a coffee, I go, when I had the microwave, make a hot pocket, sit down, have a snack, watch my troops finish winning the attack for me, and, you know, I call it a day, I walk away. This stage 6 is absolutely nothing like that. It is, like I said, a pretty intense stage 6. So, first of all, I landed left-hand side. As you can see, I'm just kind of letting my troops fan out and move forward, just farming up a little bit of extra energy because there is a lot of stuff to blow up. There are machine gun, or sorry, the machine gun is what we're going after. There are boom cannons and there are shock launchers all over the joint, and they have huge hit points, like almost 20,000 each on the shock launchers, and we've got to work through them. So definitely, it's a thing to build up that energy. Now, if you don't need that energy because you're just so darn cool, then by all means, skip that whole portion. It'll cut off a big whack of your attack, and basically help you get through a lot quicker. As you can see, I threw a smoke down on the beach so that my troops would move up into the smoke, gather up really nicely, get the tanks out in front before anyone starts popping out of there, and as you can see, it worked pretty good. And then the alarm went off, because that is what alarms do. So move up the right hand side after you've cleared your energy. Now the nice thing is, because you've already blown the snot out of the shock launchers and the boom cannons and everything in the back near the HQ there, everything's a little hurt, and it just makes it that much quicker for the Grens and the tanks to kind of plow through. You are going to have to use a couple of shocks up on the right hand side with those boom cannon combos. As you can see, when I was shocking it, depending on where you place the shocks, you can take out basically the threat of the moment and continue moving through there. Excuse me. Anyways, when you finally do make it to the HQ, you're laughing. You can pretty much sit here and blow things up. And yes, I have a bunch of energy left over, but it was tough. Like, it definitely pushed. And if you have a lower level artillery or barrage, it's going to be that much harder because there was a lot to blow up. So, you know, if you have to skimp on certain buildings, do it. Focus on the ones you definitely want to take out, and hopefully you'll be able to get through it. Now, the good news is, if you're able to down 6, 7 is a cakewalk. So even if you normally if you normally take down 6 and you aren't able to take down 7, this is the day that 6 might stop you. But if it doesn't, and you're able to get past it, you'll be able to take 7, no problem. It's kind of interesting to see, because essentially you've got 2 boom cannons that you've got to worry about, and you can blow those up with energy, and once those boom cannons are gone, the right side has like 10 freaking buildings, and sure, there's a couple of sniper towers in there, and they hit pretty hard, but you got a bunch of machine guns and mortars, and like, just, it's almost a pleasure. It was just a pleasure to do Stage 7 today, because it was so easy. I don't know, maybe they're trying to make up for Stage 7 of the Imitation Game? I don't know, Stage 7 of the Imitation Game was pretty easy too. Whatever, doesn't matter. The point is, if you set up shop over on the right hand side, eventually, especially if you're rocking the Grenks, you're gonna clear out all the defenses, even right behind the HQ. There's gonna be nothing that can really hurt you, and like, your medics are going to get bored. They're not going to have anything to do. They're just going to be standing there like, guys, can we go back to the beach? I need to work on my tan. Anyways, hopefully this all comes together for you guys too. Thanks very much for watching. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully it's been entertaining. And most importantly, hopefully you guys have a fantastic day.